Hi everyone, I am Shahan Layek. Welcome back to my channel. And in this video, I will be discussing how Orissa has expertly managed the second wave of COVID-19. Basically, what are the strategies they have taken? We must learn from Orissa because they have done a great thing in India. There are so many things we can learn from them. So let's start. Basically, Orissa is not only a state which has its own oxygen supply ready for fighting this COVID-19 second wave, but also a state which has sent to 6 other states. So Orissa is a great state because it has been sending it's 67 oxygen tanker 67 oxygen tanker to different states of India. What are the states? Basically, it has sent oxygen tanker to UP, to Madhya Pradesh, MP, to Maharashtra, to Haryana, to Telangana, and to Andhra Pradesh. So all these 6 states, UP, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Haryana, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, all these 6 states, Orissa has sent 67 oxygen tanker, 67 oxygen tanker. And this tanker contains 1,200 metric ton of oxygen. 1,200 metric ton of oxygen. So basically, Orissa has its own oxygen ready. Along with it, Orissa is sending help to the other states which are fighting the second wave of COVID-19. How can Orissa has so much strength? Let us learn about it. What is the speciality Orissa has developed in these days fighting anything? So how they have developed this? Basically, it do not come in a day. It started with many years of training. 1999, a huge super cyclone. There was a huge super cyclone that hit Orissa. And in this super cyclone, more than 10,000 people died. So this was the super cyclone that attacked in 1999. Next, in 2000, next year, drought happened in Orissa, and the major district of Orissa, most of the district of Orissa are attacked by this drought. In 2001, flood happened in Orissa. In flood, 25 out of 30 districts got affected. So all these in 3 years, you can see 3 natural calamities that hit Orissa. So Orissa developed a special skill to fight these kind of calamities that can strike them. So it has a strength now. Basically, when the first wave that hit Orissa, what did the Orissa government did? Basically, Orissa government first segregate. First they do the segregation, that the migrant workers, outsider, whoever coming back to the state, they segregate them. So that was the first step. Second step, the government also told that they will give reward to those who will report that they are COVID positive. So those who will report that we are COVID positive, they will get reward from the government. Number 3 that they did is 8 lakh bed medical camp was medical camp was started by the government. So these are the things they had started. First is segregation of all those who are coming back to the state. It also include the migrant workers. Next is reward to those who will report to the government they have the COVID-19, and 8 lakh medical camp beds available. Next, number 4 is also the fine. Number 4 is fine. So they have collected rupees 25 crore from the fine for those people who has not followed the COVID protocol. So from this fine you can understand that how strictly they have asked the people to follow the COVID protocol, and if you don't follow you give a fine. So, and this fine also decreases, or they have taken no fine according to the economic status. So if your economic status is low, you don't have to pay the fine. So that is also the important thing which they had did. According to the new research, in second wave, how did the government start fighting? Basically, first thing which they did is they seal the borders. So sealing of the borders of Orissa, that is the first thing they started in second wave. And they seal the border for Chhattisgarh. They seal the border of the Chhattisgarh. And basically when anyone who wants to come to Orissa, they have to show the RT-PCR test. If negative RT-PCR test, if you are having negative RT-PCR test, you are allowed to enter the state, otherwise you are not. Otherwise you have to go to the quarantine center. So this is the first step, sealing of the border. Basically in case of the Chhattisgarh and other district, they started the sealing of the border in April 1st, and they started with Chhattisgarh, and they asked that anyone who will come to inside of this state, from outside to inside of the state, they have to show negative RT-PCR test, and otherwise you have to go to the quarantine center. Another things they did is they have dedicated 50 dedicated hospital, full hospital that was dedicated for the COVID-19. 50 dedicated hospital, the full hospital is dedicated to COVID-19. 50 dedicated hospitals that was there for the COVID-19 management. Another thing they did was 11,000 COVID bed they have arranged, among which only 35% were occupied. The other beds are remained vacant. So how beautifully they have managed that only 35% of the 11,000 bed that was for the COVID-19 patient that was reserved. So only 35% is reserved. The other beds are vacant till now. Another important thing is all these entire medical expense for the COVID-19 would be given by government. Government will give all these medical expenses. Another important thing is they have done is all the Orissa hydropower, all the Indian oil, all the mining corporation. So all these things which was there in Orissa, they started helping. They extend their helping hand to the cost of the COVID hospital. So cost of COVID hospital was beared by all this hydropower, Indian oil, Mahanadi coal field. So everything, all this they beared. All this great organization they beared. Another important thing is 2,000 crore rupees they have in their stock for the 18 to 45 years old free of cost COVID vaccination. So for giving COVID vaccination to 18 to 45 years old free of cost, they have rupees 2000 crore. So that thing they also did. Another thing, from the 5th May, lockdown has been there in the state. So all these things Orissa has followed during this pandemic, during the first wave and the second wave of pandemic. Because of this, Orissa has fantastically managed the second wave of COVID-19. Basically, Orissa has already suffered from cyclone, drought and flood in past years. So Orissa learned a lesson in fighting all these calamities. So this is the end of this video. If you like this video, make a thumbs up and subscribe our channel for getting many more videos like this. If you like our thought, please share this channel to all your friends and write down a comment below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.